This conference will now be recorded.
One is instant approval. Second one is instant retire. Second one is approval publish. Fourth one is approval retire. So what does that mean by retire? Okay, now I'm going to creating one more knowledge article. Knowledge, create new article. And create new article. So create new article. Article name is, first of all, we have to set the knowledge base. I can select IT and the category is no problem. This is, I think, new instance, right? Let me log in into my old instance. Logging into my old instance, 2247. Click on next. Sign in. Yesterday, I created one knowledge article into this instance. That's why logging into my old one. Okay. And navigate to incident table. Go create new one. Right? Just if you're giving payroll, displaying knowledge article which is related to this keyword, bank account submission. So this is the one way. So customers are going to be accessing knowledge articles from where? Service portal, right? So when you want to access any like a article from service portal, just they can log into your portal. How can you log into the portal? Just we have to take the same link. So that link should be extends with even real case also, not only developer instance, even real case also link will be the same, but that should be extends with service portal. Majority of customers, they're going to following the knowledge articles. Suppose when any customer try to create incident ticket, they're providing some knowledge articles based on the your short description. That is one way. Some customers directly they're going to follow the articles from where? Service portal. So they're going to be, first of all, go to human resource knowledge base, and a bank account submission is a most viewed article in this particular knowledge base. Customer is going to follow these all the steps to submitting bank details. If really helpful to this customer, they're going to click on yes. No, they click on the no. Okay, yes, helpful. And meanwhile, he's giving the rating. So he's giving the star rating. And then he's giving some comment. If you don't want to get any comment in from knowledge article, you can disable there where in knowledge base. So when I try to do, when I create a knowledge base, it is asking to disable comment, right? So if you don't want to get any suggestions, comments from your customer, you can disable there. Customers are not going to providing any comments. So if you given the chance to giving any comment, they will provide the comment. So they're providing need to improve need to improve content. Content need to be improved. This is a small comment that maybe they can provide multiple lines also, and then submit. And next one, someone already they have submitted rating as well as comment. Let us assume this moment one more person try to following the same article. That's why I can impersonate with able tutor. Able tutor. And so when the person is navigate like an imposter with able tutor, same person can redirect it to service portal also. I have imposted with able to write, automatically imposted to able tutor also. And go to knowledge articles, and then what about it's not visible, right? So able tutor is end customer. I'm not giving any permission to access this article. That's why he's unable to see the article. Now I'm going to configure user criteria. User criteria. So user criteria will configure user criteria administrator only and impersonate. I have created one bank submission, bank account details article. That article should be displayed to only specific department. How you can configure user criteria? Go to knowledge, user criteria, and create new user criteria. Already they created, okay? Bank details only IT. I have taken an example IT department. So bank submission details articles should be visible to only IT department. Don't want visible to or show to any other people, right? In this case, we have to configure user criteria. So bank details article need to be show which user, that user we have to select, or which group, that group we have to select, which role required to visible that article, that role we have to select, and which company people they can see article, that company can select it, which location people they want to see that, that location you can select it, and which department. So department is IT. So this knowledge article should be visible to only IT department. And if you select the more user criteria, you can select match all. In this case, I have selected only one criteria. Department is IT. Only IT department people will be able to see bank details knowledge article. Clear? So just I have created one like a user criteria. How you can add this user criteria to the article? Go to knowledge, all, open your article, scroll down. Can we configure user criteria for article level? No. There is no option to configure available for, not available for, right? That's why go to knowledge base. Go to knowledge base, okay? And human resource, scroll down, can read. Go to can read. This article can read by whom? Only IT department people. I have created one user criteria, right? That criteria you can add it to your knowledge base, human resource knowledge base. What is the name of bank details for user criteria? So here we have two tabs. can read, can contribute. Okay, so only IT department people will be able to read the article. They don't have any permission, edit and modify the article. So same user criteria if you added to contribute also, what happened? So can edit and modify the article also. Okay, but I'm not giving any edit permission to any department people. Only they can read the article. So when you create any user criteria, if you add it to contribute, they can read and modify the article. But in this moment, they can only read the article and update. And back to here, we can import it with. First of all, let me check sys underscore user dot list. Okay, who are people belongs to IT? Who are people not belongs to IT, guys? You can apply the condition. Okay, department is IT. Department is all people belongs to IT department. So now I can impersonate with one person like a best. Okay, best master. Best master is belongs to IT department. Can you read the article? Yes. Let me check practically. First of all, you should impersonate with best master. And the same person can redirect it to service portal as well and able to see this one. Now I don't know what the people belongs to non-IT. I can take one person, non-IT person. Let me check whether he is able to access or not. Okay, now you can impersonate sys underscore user dot list, apply the condition. Department is able to trace not IT department. Let me check is able to access or not. You can import it with able shooter. Reload the browser. That knowledge base is not visible to able tutor because able tutor is not belongs to IT department. So this is the way how to configure the user criteria. User criteria can prevent the user and defining who can read and contribute the articles or knowledge base. Clear, guys? It's very simple to configure the knowledge base for knowledge articles. So we can't configure any user criteria for article level. Example, I have created almost 10 or 20 articles in one knowledge base. You'll be able to restricting the entire knowledge base, not article level. So my question is, can we restrict in article level? Not possible in like a this application, knowledge management application. And next one is I'm going to creating one more in knowledge. Ability to don't have the permission, okay? Because he's end user. Knowledge, go to all. So this is about feedback management. Only ServiceNow administrator can manage feedback management. Feedback. So when the people are giving any feedback from any article, you can see all the feedbacks associated to article number, submission, and general other details also. Someone will given the comment, content need to be approved. And next one is my flagged article. What about my flag? So what are the articles you are following very frequently? Just you can Okay, flagged article. And next one is my submitted task. Suppose I'm the manager in HR department. You are the member of same department. Okay, so I'm giving one task to you. You are the responsibility to create one knowledge article. So when you want to submit any task, so that moment you can create a new task, that task should be assigned respective person. And my assigned task, so what other tasks are assigned to myself, like me, so we need to working on those tasks. My closed task, my all open task, we can see all the open tasks. And next one is guided setup. So we can configure the knowledge management from scratch. Okay, so guided setup. Suppose you are purchased knowledge management application recently. So we have to configure this application from scratch. It's the initial activity. Who is knowledge administration and knowledge security? Okay, user credit is applied to whom? Okay, so everything we can do it in a single shot. Okay, guys. This is all not required. Okay, and the next one is knowledge bases. These three are predefined knowledge bases. Recently, I created human resource rating. Someone given the rating, right? 5-star rating, 4-star rating. For example, someone they're given the 3-star rating. ServiceNow administrator will be able to change to 5-star rating. Sometimes what happened? Some customers are giving the rating like a 3-star or 2-star. That moment it may impact on the article content, right? So remind people don't want to follow these articles because some customers are giving bad rating. So when customers are given the bad rating, reminding people they're not going to follow the articles. Okay, and there's such lots. So customers are using which keywords to get this article. Somebody there like a bank details and a bank, right? They're searching these keywords. According to these keywords, we can configure the meta tag also. Meta tag. For example, if you want to get one article, no need to provide a complete name. Just when you give that bank, display the bank submission form like an article. That is called meta tag. For example, so go to one e-commerce website, Amazon or Flipkart. So when you give the name iPhone, displaying all the items. iPhone 12, giving the all iPhone 12 mobiles. iPhone 12 Pro, and giving the all the 12 Pro mobiles. That is called partial matching. Similarly, ServiceNow platform also, when you're giving that a bank keyword called meta tag, displaying all the articles where you will keyword meet. So when you can configure it, go to restrict to article. There is a field called meta tag. In case the meta field is not there, you can configure meta tag. See, go to knowledge. All articles. My article is bank account submission, right? So where is meta tag? Meta tag field is not available by default. If you want to configure meta tag, you can configure the meta tag. This is called meta tag. Okay. So meta is bank. If you want to provide more tags, you can provide the more tags. So when you want to get this particular like this knowledge article, no need to provide the complete name. Just if you give the bank, display the article, or else display same article, right? You will be able to pass multiple meta tag. Every meta tag should be separated with the comma. And next one is I'm going to retype the article. So what about retype? Anybody idea? What about retype?
If you no longer insert the article, you can stop using it.
Yes, this article is used like no longer using by the people. I want retire this article. So when you click on that retire article, what happened? The responsible person can take the decision. Okay, so this article is not using by anybody. That's why I want retire. So return nothing but some like unpublished. Okay, so this knowledge item is pending for retirement. So when you click on that retired, so this article is not being retired directly. Okay, again it will be goes to knowledge base manager approval. Okay, and go to approvals, and then who is the knowledge, this knowledge base owner? Fredlady. So Fredlady can approve that retain the article. This article has been retained. Now open the duplicate, create new, and just I'm giving bank. It's not coming. Why? The article has been retained. Suppose after some time, after a few months, once again my client want republish it. So again they can go to republish this particular article, they can republish it. So once you republish it, what happened? Directly article has been published. No need to get any approval in the second time. Clear? And next one is I'm going to talking about approval published. Like this is approval published, right? And approval retained. So what about instant publish and instant retire? Yes, I'm going to creating one more knowledge article. So opens human resource categories. Here, right? So open. So opens. So anyway, I just opens. Okay, right? See how to get they can follow something. Okay, they can provide some steps. I don't know how to get the products opens. The responsible person, they can provide the steps and details, and they can submit. Before submitting this article, I want to make small changes in knowledge base, and go to knowledge base. And navigate it to my knowledge basis, human resource. Here we have two workflows, right? So when you select knowledge approval publish, it will asking the approval while publishing, while retiring. But I don't want to get any approvals while publishing and retiring. Okay, so in this specific knowledge art, like the knowledge base, in this case, we can select knowledge instant published. Similarly, knowledge instant retired, and you can update. Just have updated workflows. Earlier in this knowledge base, anybody was submitted, anybody you are published any article, it is going for approval for owner or manager. But in this case, it's not going to ask any approvals. See, submitted, and now saved it. Article expired. Now let me change 12 21. And if you want to display any attachments, if you already added to the attachments, you can be able to add the attachment also. And if you want to attachment any link, so that links you can add here. Okay, when you click on that link, automatically navigate to that link, redirecting. Okay, see, then draft and publishing. This knowledge article has been published. Let me open the same knowledge article. How to get Shodax to open? It's skipping, right? It's a skipping knowledge approval. It's the preview approval. So why it is skipping the review? How to get Shodax coupons? No need to follow any complex steps, right? Very simple. Directly go to your responsible HR department, then you can collect in the Shodax coupons. No need to get any approvals. This kind of articles. That case, directly can move to retail. Okay, so now service published. So when customer try to get this article, navigate it to incident, click on new. Just you can type Sodexo. They can follow the steps. Please go to your responsible HR department, then get the coupons. Now I'm going to read the article. So while reading this article, so article has been retired, but not asking any approval. Okay, because of in this case, suppose earlier we are providing Sodexo coupons. From this year, January onwards, they're not going to providing any Sodexo coupons, right? That's why they're going to read the article. And back to incident table, you can't create new. Article has been retired. Okay, again try to get the same article Sodexo. I'm not getting any Sodexo coupon. Depends on the client requirement. You can select instant publish, instant retail, approve publish, approve retail. Okay, guys, any questions? Any questions up to now? No. Okay. Let's move to another topic is change management life cycle and state model. Before we start working with change management life cycle, change management and state model. First of all, you would like to know what is change. Guys, anybody idea on it? What is a change? What does it mean by change? What is change?
A new feature on the existing functionality.
New feature on
The existing functionality or application. If they want to add
new
any,
feature. New feature on existing functionality means like nothing but kind of change, right? For example, you can take any business application. Incident also on business application, right? Incident, problem, change, or else any Pega application, .NET application, okay, and Java applications, Salesforce application, database changes, anything. So when your client is expecting any changes on your existing application, they have to write change request. For example, for example, this is my incident form. Clear? This is my incident form. So category field I want make mandatory. Some customers are not going to fulfill category field. Okay. So, but any customer while submitting this incident ticket, they have to select category also. But this moment, not selecting any category. So now I want to make this field mandatory. How can you do it? How to field make mandatory? Okay, we know, right? We know. Go to conference dictionary, then we can make mandatory. So can I do it directly? Can I do it directly? Or need any approvals?
No need of approvals. You can do it there.
Yes, need approvals. For example, you are a core customer using this incident application. So you are asking this field to make mandatory. I am the ServiceNow developer or administrator. So when you're saying that, please could you make this field make mandatory? I don't want to do it. So while make these changes, I need some approvals. So we have to follow some change request. That may be application level changes or infrastructure level changes. So they have to follow the change management process. So now like a category field is not mandatory. They're asking this field make mandatory. It's a kind of application level change, right? So when you get this kind of changes, don't make it directly. So that we have to follow the change management process. So how they can create the change management? There is application called change and create new. So we have some default change types here. Okay. And next question is types of changes. It's a very question, important question also. Types of changes. We have three types of changes. One is normal. Second one is standard. Third one is emergency. These three are standard changes. You can go any business unit, any ITSM tool. So how many types of changes? Change management application is the common for all ITSM tools. VMC Remedy, Jira, C Unicenter, IBM Bluemix, Ivanti, Fresh Services. You can take any ITSM tool. Change management application is the common application. How many types of changes in ServiceNow platform? Similar, same three types of changes: normal, standard, emergency. So what is the difference between normal and standard and a standard and emergency? Does anybody idea? Online folks?
Normal means which we will do frequently. Normal changes are normal changes which we will do frequently, sir. Means 6 months once, 1 year once. It needs IDSL approval.
1 year, 6 months, not like that. So normal change means so
Normal change
when
when developer want to make some change, cab
yes,
approve.
yes, CAB approval, right? In this case, I will talk about the CAB approvals also. First of all, who can raise the change request in real case organization? Who can give the requirement? For
Client.
example, who is the client? Who will give the requirement? How to gather the requirement? It's a very big question, right? How to gather requirement?
Through the mock
There are
document.
following different ways to gather the requirement. Sometimes directly we can gather the requirement from client. Sometimes business analyst will be thinking about the requirement gathering. Sometimes as a developer, directly you can communicate with the stakeholders, gather the requirement. That maybe depends on the situation and the people available in the project. Okay, so any client or stakeholder or customer nothing but a client only, expecting any changes in this application, they have to raise change request from where change management application. So go to create new change and normal. In real case organization, one department will be there. Okay, that department will be creating a change request majority times. That is called CAB. What does it mean by CAB? What does it mean by the CAB?
Change approval board.
Change
Approval board.
advisory board. So maximum business units, they will be maintained change advisory board. Some business units, they're not going to maintaining any business like departments. Clients directly giving the requirement to business analyst, then we can, according to a sprint list, we can working on it. Okay, let's assume in my business unit, department is there. So one person is dedicated to ServiceNow team. Okay, so that person is always giving the requirement to ServiceNow team. Okay, so what is the requirement? He's expecting one changes into incident management application. What is the change? Category field is mandatory. If you want to field make mandatory, it's a only 1 second concept, right? So 1 second time, but they have to follow the lot of steps. So certain procedure and protocols. Okay, so when you get any requirement from client, don't implement anything directly. So we need some approvals as well. In this case, let's assume CAP department is going to creating one change request. So that changes belongs to which category is going to creating normal change. Normal change is required CAP approval. So while making any changes, any application, CAP approval is required. Let's see what is the category. My CAP department CAP is change advisory board. Change advisory board. Okay, so one CAP person is creating one normal change. Change is category will make mandatory in incident table. Okay, the person who is going to creating normal change is belongs to CAP department. He is expecting what is the change category field make mandatory in incident table. In this case, they have to create change request. Even CAP department person is directly communicated to you via phone or email. Don't make the changes without creating any change request. So every business unit they have to follow the same procedure. There may be application level changes or configuration level changes or infrastructure level changes. That may be anything. Suppose my office is located in Amirpet. So this office is switched to Kukatpalli. It's another area, right? So can I change directly? No. We need some approvals. They have to follow some procedure. So when you have to when we have to move that office, okay, office location. In case if you move that office location, is there any impact? They have to analyze everything, right? Okay, that kind of analysis they have to like put into that your change request. Suppose app department person is going to creating one change request. That changes belongs to which application, which category, guys? You tell me.
Normal category.
My client is expecting category field make mandatory in incident table. Tell me. So which category I have to select?
Application software.
Yes. Application software or else software. Okay. Anything else? ServiceNow platform is one software, right? One software tool. So application software is the right category. Okay. Right category. Then services. We have different services. That application we have to select. Incident, problem, change, service card, like all application we can see over here. Okay. Services. We are going to providing services on which application. like SAP client maintenance application. My instant application not available in developer instance. Okay. In real case, we can see instant application also. And what about priority? Normal, right? So the change type is normal. That's why I'm going to select it's a moderate. Moderate nothing but based on the developer availability, they have to implement the changes. And request by date, today date 9th, and a change plan. You can define the change plan, and the same details you can define here, and its description also. Okay, in case your requirement is lengthy short description or description you can provide over here. Okay, then you can submit. App department person can submit the change request. Next step is this record has been submitted. Now immediately you want to send it to which department? App department, right? Yes. Sorry, development department. So which department is responsibility to fulfill this requirement? Which department is responsibility? Field make mandatory. ServiceNow development department or administration department, but the department is not available. That's why we're going to selecting any respective department. Okay, and then you can submit. So once the CAP department is submitted the record and requesting for the approval, automatically this request will be goes to development department. We are all ServiceNow developer, right? So development department person, assignment group, database group, right? So one of the person, they have to assign the ticket himself. Frontline is the responsibility working on the incident management application. Okay, so when you get any requirement from incident management the related incident, okay, so this person is responsibility fulfill the requirement. Okay, now scroll down, and so you have to approve the request. So while approving it, first of all, you have to provide the all required details. Justification. First of all, you need to provide the justification. So why you are going to make in the category field make mandatory incident table. And what about implementation plan? So when you can implement these changes? Will implement these changes on next week. While making these changes, is there any impact on the business? Is there any impact on the business? Nothing. Only field make mandate, right? There is no impact. So while submitting the record, customer must fulfill the value. There is no complexity code. I'm not going to write. I'm not going to writing any complexity code. So when you made any changes in this particular change, there is no impact. Is there any risk and impact in your changes? The risk and impact, like impact factor, you have to provide the CAP department. Simply, I can say no risk, no impact. These details are providing by developer, okay, development department. And next one is what about backout plan? Example, I have made some changes given by the client. So when I move to the production, everything is working fine at the moment. After 1 hour, the changes are not working properly. In this case, can we able to back out the changes? Yes, you'll be able to back out the changes. Is there any option to back out the changes? That backout time we have to provide. What is the way to back out the changes? and a test plan. So when we can move the test plan, these all the changes I can move to testing environment. Okay. Next week or next month. Okay. Then save it. So when you created any change request, by default status is new. So when you're sending for the request for approval for development department, so now the status is access. Okay, so now this person is going to approve. The approval is going to all the members who are present in the respective group. So one of the person they can approve it and update a ticket. The respective developer is provided all the details about this change, like justification, implementation plan, risk plan, impact, backout, test plan, everything all. Okay, so once you are submit the record, automatically goes to again authorized. Authorized nothing but say one more access. In this case, the development department have to get the approvals from the CAP department. For example, I'm the client. I'm given some requirement to development department. So development department they have to check all the details in access state, right? Okay. In access state they have to provide all the details, justification, impact, and risk, everything all. So one of the developer is saying there is a lot of risk and a lot of impact. I have different as a developer, as per my analysis, my investigation, right? In this case, so development department one developer is saying there is a lot of risk, lot of impact, right? That's why I can keep in hold. I don't want more to next stage. Just keep in hold the change. There is no impact, there is no risk, right? Okay, that's why CAP department can approve the. Okay, so waiting for CAP approval. Second level, it will goes to CAP approval and approve it. Now it will move to schedule state. So when state get changes to schedule, that moment is respect to developer. This person is going to implement the changes, right? This person have to schedule it. Go to schedule tab. So when you are going to start the changes 16, start plan start date and a plan end date. So I will start these changes in 9th of December. I will end the changes 16th of December. Just I'm giving some assumption date. But unfortunately, I'm very busy with my work, occupied with some work, right? That's why I have started one day late. So that information we have to pass. This is the assumption plan start date, assumption plan end date. But unfortunately, they have started this date. Okay. So that information we can maintain all into your change management application. But so I have ended within timeline. But started late, but completed within timeline. So that kind of information also they want to maintain. Next one is there is no conflicts. This kind of changes first time they're expecting. Okay, no problem. Then schedule state. And so once based on the schedule time, they have started implementation. So then I can move to implementation. So once the state changes to implementation, they have to start the implementation. Right? Implementation. So how they can implement the changes? Navigate to incident, and while making any changes, first of all, what we have to do, guys? Do you remember all? While making any changes into ServiceNow platform, first of all, what should I do?
We have to track the all changes in update sets, local updates.
Yes. We have to create the update set. That is a different topic. Okay, we'll discuss later. So while making any changes, we have to create the update set. That is separate topic. So I think almost I completed all the batches. Okay. This new batch not completed, don't worry. Okay. See category, right click and go to configuration history. That may be small change or medium change or any big change also. Procedure will be the same, right? And enable mandatory. Yes. Development department successfully they have implemented the changes. Who is responsibility to make these changes? Which who is the name of the developer name? Fredlady, right? So again, Fredlady they can navigate it to the management application. They can update the respective change. What is change name? Created today, right? Created on today. Open it. Fredlady can open this ticket. So Fredlady side changes has been implemented. Now these changes are ready to move testing environment for review purpose. So now they can change this to review, then they can update it. So when any delegate, manager, team lead, business analyst, and customer open this change, they can see all the details. So what is the current status of the change? It's a review. Somebody they're testing, right? And so everything is passed. All the testing cases are passed successfully, and they can give the confirmation. So as per the confirmation, they can close the change. So close change is nothing but these changes are successfully moved to current instance. Before changing, close code and close notes are mandatory. This is about change management lifecycle. What about cancel? For example, I have created one change request. After a few hours, I won't cancel it. So when you cancel the respective change, it won't move to next stage. It will stop immediately. No one working on the respective change. So when the state being cancelled. Clear? So this is about normal change. So what about standard change? So the difference between normal and emergency. What about normal and emergency? Normal change we can implement based on the schedule time. Example, I got one requirement from client. I don't want to implement immediately. I will start a change on next month. Already I have mentioned very clearly into schedule tab, right? But what about emergency? So we have to implement that particular change immediately, as quickly as possible. So when CAP department created one change request, that belongs to emergency change. That change we have to implement as soon as possible. First of all, we have to implement emergency change. That is the difference. For example, 5 stories are assigned to my pool. 5 stories nothing but 5 requirements. Out of 5, one is one emergency. 4 are normal. First of all, we have to implement emergency, then we can implement normal changes. But both are required CAB approval. But those changes we have to implement as quickly as possible. Otherwise, it may be impact on the business. Based on their requirement and urgency, they can create the type of change. Next one is standard template. So what about standard template? Standard change. Standard change nothing but same kind of changes. 1 month back, I have created one change request. That is called add network switches to something, right? Add network switches to some template, right? In this case, I don't want creating same kind of changes again and again. So these kind of changes they can expecting every month, but don't want creating the normal and emergency. So using by this template, when you click on the template, some details will be getting automatically, right? The requirement is add network switches to cabinet. Every month, they have to add some network to cabinet. Okay, no need to fulfill the details again and again. So this change record I want creating using my changing template. So changing template nothing but like standard template nothing but same kind of changes. Same kind of changes when they're expecting my client. So we have to using the standard change template. Standard change. Repeat kind of changes means. Clear guys? Next one. On create new. Create new. Now my requirement is normal change, emergency. These are standard templates. Now I'm going to creating one more type of change. Can I create one more new type of change? See, I have basically three types of changes, right? Normal, standard, emergency. So my client is asking to creating one more type of change. Normal, standard, emergency. They're asking to creating one more type of change. It's a very emergency. Can I create one more type of change? Tell me how can you create it? I'm talking about change in type, not change. So we have three types of changes: normal change, standard change, emergency. These templates are available by default. That's why you're able to create in the normal or emergency or standard. What about my new change? Very emergency, where it is.
Urgent
Now
change.
I want creating the template. How to do it? How to create new change type? Sometimes it's very important in interview also. In this case, you can follow the documentation. How to create new change type. ServiceNow platform is going to providing a powerful product documentation. So following by this documentation, you will be able to achieve any kind of requirement, medium and difficult also. So how to create new change type? In addition to the three types of changes availability by default, and you can add the new change type based on your organization requirement. So you can create a change type called expedited for the change that you can require the process immediately. Okay. And now I'm going to show. So what is the difference between normal change and standard change? So when any customer try to create normal like a standard change, just you can notice what happened. Normal and emergency required CAB approval, but standard change not require any CAB approval. Suppose current status is new, right? And just you can submit it. New standard change has been created. So what about access unauthorized? Not required any development department approvals or and approvals. Directly we can implement it. Why? Because these kind of change already they have implemented earlier, right? No need to get any approvals. So no need to provide any like risk factor and impact, right? Already they are defined. So directly you can like move to schedule. They can schedule it and implement it, sending for review, and they can close it. That is the difference between standard change and normal change. Normal and emergency require CAB approval. Standard change not require any CAB approval and development department approval. Directly we can implement it. They know how to create like a which one they want to create in the like which type of change they want to create. Maybe normal or stand or emergency. So now I'm going to follow how to create new change type. First of all, so complete the following steps to add new choice to the type field. Open existing change request given very clearly, right? Okay, let me open existing record. Open already. Then right click of the type of field and select the show choice list. Create new one, right? First of all, we have to create one new change type. Right click and show choice list or create one more. You can follow these other details. Label and value both are the same. It's a first sequence number, normal, standard, emergency, right? Expedite. Okay, so this change type where you want to display second place, right? Then you can pass the second place and change the remaining numbers. Okay, this one I can create one more table is change underscore request sequence number 4 and the label is expedite and submit. Created one more change also. And the second step, can I check? Go to create new. It's not showing, right? And second step, we have to create interceptor. Go to system definition, interceptor, and open the change request interceptor and click on new and fill the answer other details as well. Okay. So now go to system definition, or else directly we can navigate to interceptor. And create new one. So question is change request. Target URL. Interceptor name. Order number. There is no order number. Let me save it. Then we have to create the answer, right? Answer right. Go to system definition. Script include not required this one. Directly change model. Create one more change model. Guys, just I'm showing how to follow product documentation to fulfill your requirements sometimes. Okay. Default change model not required. And the record reset visit type is expedited and not require any condition. Then you can submit. Once again, change. We can create new. Where it's not showing. Reload the browser. Change request type. Request expedited standard normal change emergency. Answer created right. Answer created. Infrastructures. Open the system definition interceptor. Change request interceptor. Okay. Change request interceptor. So already is there. I don't want to create new one. Change request interceptor is already there. Let me follow that old one. You have to follow the new change request. Direct to normal change. Then order number. Then target variable. Answer. What was user form change? Create normal change. For change in the browser. Last time already created change model also. Change model. Change model condition types we have to. No change model. Executed right. So all are true. I think it's a false, right? Let me check it. True. Like deactivated. Okay. One second. Let me check it out. The new change on create new. Right. So when I click on that, open to the change. Directly selecting the executed, right? Okay, this kind of configuration we can do very easily in ServiceNow platform. Sometimes we have to follow the only documentation to fulfill the requirement. Okay, you can follow the steps one by one. Okay, here guys, up to now.
Sir, are the rest of the types comes under standard? The 6 mentioned down, right?
Yes. Suppose I'm giving the requirement. Change. Create new change. Some standard templates are created, right? So my client is asking to create one more new standard template. So how can you create it? Create one more new change template. Okay. So how to create new standard template? You can follow documentation. Create standard template. Okay. Follow the steps. Go to standard change, open proposal, and then follow the steps one by one. Clear? Clear guys, any questions? Any questions? All right. Guys, old batches, all the topics are completed. Just you can check it out in curriculum. Any topic is missing, please come to me. Okay. Then I can cover in some other time, like tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm going to end up class today. See you tomorrow.